to Cameo maybe because he got the 4090. You only got the 3090. So.
Oh, there you go, Bowtie.
Go big or go home, right?
Yeah, right. I'll say I'm still doing 3060, and I'm happy with that. I don't need anything good.
Well, at least you're not broke in real life, Louis. It's pretty cool, that building right there, whatever. Flathead Courthouse. Huh.
It will be an interesting upgrade from the 1660, without a doubt.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be a big jump.
Let's see.
So I'm slowly, while you guys join up, I'm slowly making my way through town.
Arthur, I didn't see you do your walk around and test your brakes before you got going.
Oops. Make sure there weren't any animals or children under the wheel wells. That happens. So Kalispell is interesting to me because you have two cities nearby here. There's another one called Whitefish. And then on the other side of the state, you have a city called Cutbank. And the Burlington Northern line runs from, well, it runs all across the country, but it runs from Cutbank into Kalispell and Whitefish. And Microsoft, when it came out with its train simulator all those many, many moons ago, had that as the Marius Pass as one of its routes. Now, we kind of get to drive through Marius Pass a little bit. But like this area, I think will actually go along that route maybe a little bit, but it might be to the north of here. There's the train right there. But it was really cool because in the train sim, you could actually, you go through the different towns and saw the towns, and then you work your way up this huge mountain and then get onto the plains on the other side and make your way out to Cutbank. And it was, I want to say 250 miles of track or 150, something like that. But it was, obviously the first train sim, and it was a really big undertaking for them to do that. Now, they did remake it for Rail Simulator, but they haven't done it for the modern versions, like Train Sim World 2 and 3. I hope someday they do, because it's a really pretty route. Right, exactly, Red Alpha. Sometimes you see the road from the rails, but a lot of it's
Is there only
just
actually
in the
one
mountains.
person?
What'd you say?
Said there was only one person on the server.
I know.
Oh.
It's because we started late, and I haven't done this in weeks. So
I just figured the other two in chat were on.
Well, I'm working on it. I'm actually updating something, so I had a bad file.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't have ATS yet.
Hello, Regine79. Welcome to the channel. So yeah, I'm gonna keep trying to do 2 streams a week. Next week it'll be Farm You Later, Log You Later, unless I really feel like playing ATS again. And then just a shout out there for Tay Loa, guys. He is going to be doing convoys on Fridays, right, Tay?
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes.
So if you guys want to join him for another convoy, he'll be doing that. So
yeah, I'll still probably do mine tomorrow too, even though we're doing this here.
Yeah, absolutely. You should. So if you want to join and do all that stuff, he is going to also have slots available.
Yes, Anthony, I would go watch Arthur's.
Hey,
Go
Arthur,
watch my one.
Use the track IR for looking around?
Yes, I do. It is very helpful. Especially things like where it's biggest, it's kind of funny. You think the mirrors, and that is a big part of it, but turning is the biggest part. When you go around corners and can look ahead to see where you're turning, that it becomes very natural instead of being like, I'm not sure what I'm turning into. You can see where you're going. Worth every cent. The only downside with track IR is it can be finicky if the lighting's not just right. So if you have a lamp on behind you, it'll pick that up as one of the tracking beacons. So you have to have lighting either in front of your computer setup or to the sides. But as long as you're careful about it, I've used it for years and I never have really had any problems. Until a couple weeks ago, when you guys remember, the sun came blasting through my window and all of a sudden it just stopped working. So I had to put a cover up over the window so I can not have that happen again. Supposed to turn here? No. Oh, the auto look feature? Yeah, ugh. They tried that in a rally game I used to play too. Like as you'd turn the steering wheel, like the guy's head would turn a little bit, and it was always just a hair awkward feeling. And I'd still mess up the hairpin turns. What's up, Gator? How did you get the job at McDonald's? Ooh, I'm coming into Columbia Falls. Very nice. So are you guys in now and getting your loads?
Yes. I'm driving up to it right now.
I'm on the loading screen.
It's the
And-
Gark. I can't
and
do a
you
good
got
skating flick now.
disconnected again.
Gator, how many times have I told you that your criminal record is going to keep you from getting a job every time? That bank robbery spree that you went on when you were 12, you know. I warned you.
Well, for whatever reason, I cannot get on tonight, but when we get rid of this dinosaur, we'll try again.
Okay. Weird. So, Tay, it's going to be you and me, which means you're just going to drive ahead.
I gotta catch up first.
Oh, you
Yeah.
will. I'm still in town. I'm in Columbia Falls now, which I guess is part of all the... Man, it's so pretty.
I'm just picking my load up now, so.
Yeah, it's not wanting to authenticate the host for some reason, so I'll just watch y'all on stream.
All right.
Okay.
Speaking of big new rally add-ons, Forza Horizon 5 is coming soon. Oh, that's cool. I might have to pick that up if I have money. We'll have to see. I'm just so far behind that I'm having a really hard time getting caught up, and I'm getting frustrated. But I think another month or two, and hopefully we'll start getting into the green. Then maybe even I can start saving some money for stuff like that. So, Red was saying he had issues joining last time.
I say, speaking of me spending more money,
Yeah,
I might be going to Florida in May.
for a vacation.
Yeah.
Vacation
parents are
already?
gone. My parents are going down to Disney, and I
Oh.
still got my annual
Hey.
pass.
Oh yeah.
So I was looking at plane tickets, and I can go for a week in May for like $130 round trip.
That'll be fun. It'd be fun with your family too, I bet.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So. And I can stay with them at their hotel, so I don't have to get a hotel. It's just plane tickets and then food that I'd be responsible for. It'll be a cheap vacation. At least to Disney, anyway.
Ooh, a 22. 22s are fun because, especially if you get the rimfire, because the ammo's so cheap for rimfire. You just buy like I think a carton's like $20. 10,000 rounds. Go outside and plink some Pepsi cans. This is cool. I've never seen this part of the map before. No, we are going to stop at the next stopping area so we can skip the night.
Okay. That's where I'll catch up to you.
Yeah, the 22 LR, that's the regular round, right? With the, like, pin fire. And those are expensive.
Oh, I gotta stop and wait for a train.
I wasn't. Oh my God, Gator, you and those trucks. Don't buy a truck. You will not be able to afford to run it.
I say right now is a bad time.
This is the worst. I mean, I'm like, this guy might actually finally be giving me my truck, and I'm scared of it. I'm like, God, I won't be able to fill it up.
Arthur's over here like, I don't want this thing now.
I know. Well, I just found out my ex, unfortunately, is. Oh, there it is. There's the entrance to Glacier. I've been there in real life. Yee. Oh, the LR is a rimfire. Okay. Wow, there's still 10 cents a round. Ouch. That's kind of pricey, actually.
To be fair, you don't have to drive that truck unless you need to, so.
Yeah, well, I just found out anyway. What I was going to say is that my ex-wife She has lost her place of living.
Oh.
She was renting, and it was a bad situation. It's kind of like a slum landlord, and there was a big issue with mold and standing water, and they would not take care of it. And so she pushed and pushed, and they finally came out and had to spend like weeks fixing it, and they're still working on it, but it's time for her annual lease agreement, and they haven't sent it to her. And she's been calling them, and they're not calling back. She's like, I think I'm not going to get this place back. So, which sucks, because where's she going to go? She doesn't have any credit or anything.
Right.
But she thinks she found something. But what sucks is, and this is where the truck plays in, it's an hour away.
So hauling the kids
or an
back
hour and a
forth.
half almost, yeah. Near Pennsylvania. It's called Madison, Ohio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
you know where that is. Up by the lake, which is real nice for her, but it just sucks because it's like now I'm going to have to go pick up the kids and the dogs, and I'm not going to want to do that in my car. That's going to ruin my car.
I believe that's actually pretty close to where my brother lives.
Could be. All right, I'm stopping for the night.
He lives in Geneva up there on the lake.
There we go. I mean,
why
I got to
asked.
be
I was
frank.
like-
I got to be frank with work and stuff. It's like this is tough. This
Dogs
is
barking again.
yeah, right.
Especially
This-
while you're getting used to the new job.
Yeah, I mean, thank you. I saw that. Thank you, Louis. Yeah, I was gonna say not even that, but just the schedule. I don't know. It's
I mean, for years you've worked for yourself and made your own schedules, for the most part, and now you have a job where you have to go in every day.
right, and so it's like
it's an adjustment.
what's up, Rosie? How's it going? Yeah, so it's been I don't know. We'll see how things go, but I'm kind of I'm still on the fence whether I'm going to continue doing this as much as I am. So we'll see. I don't know. I love streaming, but it's like out of all the things, if I have to pick something that's got to go, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Nothing, no promises yet.
Speaking of some of your old stuff, you still have your drone, eh?
Oh yeah.
So, do you need a special drone license to fly that around down there?
So the way that it works, ooh, you're riding to Cleveland. That's cool, Henry. That's really cool. The way that it works is, if you're using it commercially, you have to have a license. Sorry, I was reading comments. I almost drove off into the. Well, that was cool. There's guys fishing over there. So yes, you do have to have a license if you're commercial. And then now what they're doing is they've just changed up the regulations. There's some kind of ID marker radio that we're going to have on the drones starting in September. And I believe that is true for all drones. If you already own your drone as a non-business user, you can continue to use the drone as it is. Right, a transponder, right, Alpha. It's similar. You can continue to use your drone. But if you're commercial, heck no. If it's commercial, you got to get a new drone that has the transponder.
Wow, they're
in it.
making you put transponders on it.
Yep, because they want to know who's flying and where and when.
Right. So what they did up here in Canada is basically if your drone is 50 grams or under, no license required. You can do whatever you want with it. If basic 49.9 grams and under, if it's 50 grams or over, you need to take a course and get a license for it.
Oh, it's so frustrating.
No matter what you're doing.
There might be they're working on that, Louis. So far, the answer is no, but that may not be a permanent answer. They're looking for a way to do that so people don't have to go. But to be honest with you, my drone's 2 years old. I'm starting to have trouble with the gimbal, where it says the gimbal's blocked, even though it's not. And that's what happens after 2 or 3 years of heavy use. They start developing weird little issues. Sometimes they won't balance properly. Sometimes the compass keeps resetting or can't work. And that one almost accident that I had was because the compass wasn't working right, and then all of a sudden the compass clicked on and started working right. The drone realized it wasn't where it was supposed to be and decided it was going to put itself where it thought it was.
Oh no.
I wasn't ready for that, and the drone just started flying right at the building that I was photographing. Thankfully, I was able to run after it and catch it close enough that I was able to stop it before it hit the building. But it was really close. And after that flight happened, I replaced the drone. So 2 years is about where I guess I feel secure using them. And the new drones are running, I want to say, like 800 instead of 2,000. So I don't know if you're going to find a 3070 for 400. That seems awful low. Maybe, though. I guess if it's used, it's possible. I'd be looking more, thinking you might more get like a 3060 for that price. I don't know. But maybe. They're not as expensive as they were. Really? Are they that cheap new? Oh, well, maybe. That'd be good. It's a great card. I've got a 3060 in my work laptop, and that plays Star Citizen at 30 frames or... I'm sorry, 50 frames a second, no problems, like smooth. So you'd probably be fine. I'm turning right, heading towards Shelby. Yeah, the thing with I wouldn't buy it used anyway, Gator, because for video cards you really got to watch because
10 forward.
Yeah, people are using them for data mining. They burn them out and then they sell them. So.
Well, somehow I tricked it and I got on.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. How long are you going, Arthur?
It depends. I'm not sure how long this trip is. Let's see. 5 hours left. We'll probably do one more trip after this. This is pretty short.
Okay.
I forgot sometimes with this computer, when you first load in, it stutters, and you have to let it load all that or it won't do anything right.
Oh, weird.
That's getting old.
Kind of like Farm Sim.
Yeah, it does.
Stupid shader cache.
That stutter, yeah, the loading shut. Yeah, that takes forever. Yeah, I would say. Oh, good.
I had to load in on my single player and then join the convoy to make it work.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that shader cache stutter you get in Farm Sim when you first start a new map. My old computer, that was basically how I was playing Farm Sim
All the time.
The whole time.
Ugh.
But like that's how bad it was.
Even with the like all your settings, like did you turn on like the?
Yep. Everything turned down low. Like
Well,
I said,
no,
I think
there were special settings that they put at the start. There was oh crap, what's it called? Where it reses it down. DS.
Well, yeah, I had AMD, so I wouldn't have used the DLSS.
DLSS, that's it. AMD had fast sync.
Yeah, I tried the AMD one. It didn't.
It didn't work. Okay. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that my CPU overheated and it's not fried to the point where it won't work.
Okay.
But like something's not right with that because I can't. My Minecraft doesn't even play on it.
Yeah, it got zapped.
So, and Minecraft is CPU heavy over GPU.
Yeah.
So that's what made me lean towards thinking that something's wrong with that CPU in that old one.
Could be.
So now I'm trying to decide whether I sell it because it does work or just, I don't know what I'm going to do with it.
I like ATS better farming just because I feel like it runs smoother. Oh, yeah, see, there's Cut Bank. That's what I was talking about. Now, in Train Sim, it took like an hour and a half to get there. In this game, it took like 20 minutes because it's short scale.
See, if I could find someone
Whoa, excuse me.
who needed a cheap computer and didn't want a game, it works fine.
Yeah.
But it doesn't want to play games. Like, if you're using Word, Microsoft Office, like everything I used was fine. Which is weird because
Just
if
not
the
the
CPU
games.
was messed up, you would think other things like that wouldn't work well. But it runs smooth, it runs fine unless you try to game, and then it doesn't want to do it well.
Oh, so Last of Us on PC was bad, huh, Red Alpha?
Was it?
He's saying that the port was really slow.
Because it's fantastic on PlayStation.
Yeah. I could never play that. Look how pretty this is.
I don't even like games like that, and I played it because it looks so good. I think I'm finally catching up.
Oh, so anyway, my point is I'm going to need that truck. Yeah. Did I say that? I probably said that already.
Yes.
So
You needed to haul them
man.
an hour away now, which is only going to cost you probably like $50 in gas.
I do not, Norak. This is all 100% imagination.
Be $25 up there and $25 back.
I've driven box trucks before, like 24 and 26 footers, but not. And I also drive stick shift in real life, but my car's a 6-speed. But I don't drive semis. No.
I have.
Yep,
don't,
Talo has.
but I have.
Actually, a lot of the guys that come on here have driven semis, or still do.
And I'm thinking about driving bus soon, maybe, hopefully.
Which one? There's so many bus simulators.
No, not bus simulator, like in real life.
Oh, that's cool.
Because my dream job, I want to get back down to Florida at some point,
Okay.
and I want to drive bus at Disney.
Mm-hmm.
So, I've been looking around, and here in Grand Rapids, the local bus service for the city,
Yeah.
they start out at like $21 an hour, and they'll train you to get your CDL.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm gonna give my company that gave me the job back. I want to give them like at least 6 months because I don't want to be like, oh,
Right.
thanks, you gave me my job back. I'm out.
Yeah. Bye.
So I'm gonna be here for a little while, and then I'll probably, in a few months, start applying to that.
Oh, that's cool, Norak. See,
And then
Norak's a truck
just
driver.
Drive city bus for a while until I save up enough money to go back to Florida
And drive a city bus down there.
Because I figured it'd be easier to get that job if I've already got bus experience and the CDL. So
Shelby's 32 miles. I think Shelby might have been on the map too, if I remember right. In fact, Shelby might have been the other place where the other end of this line where it ends. So we kind of, even in the game here, we followed that line. So
Now, Taloa, with the Disney job, would you have to wear the ears every day?
no,
Oh,
that's
God.
optional. Actually, I don't think you can wear the ears on
while
the
you're
fuck.
driving the bus.
But maybe, I don't know.
Would you want to wear the Disney ears?
Not really myself. I'm not a ears guy.
You went to Shelby. You went from Shelby to you forget.
Unless they're Stitch ears, but not Mickey Mouse.
Stitchy ears.
'Cause I'm as much of a Disney fan as I am. Like, I love Mickey Mouse for like historical reasons and like his importance to the company, but I've never really been a fan myself. I like the other characters more. I'm more of a Donald Duck fan, honestly.
You don't like Mickey? I know. I actually kind of agree with you. Donald and Goofy
I
are
think
my
he's a
two
little
favorites.
overrated. Like, historically, he has great meaning to the company and everything, but
Right. I like the Goofy tutorials.
yes,
Those are my favorites. And then Donald Duck, of course. Just
yeah. I love
who's
Donald.
got the sweetest disposition? I don't know what they say.
Donald.
There's something. That's who.
Mickey Mouse was always way too positive for me.
Right.
I felt more at home
Like
with
yeah,
Donald.
Donald Duck. Yeah, that's me
Like,
too.
Donald's like the realistic. Like,
Like
yep,
you
this
do
is my
something for
attitude.
10 minutes, like okay, I'm gonna get this right, and then it's like ah!
I would say
That's
Donald
totally
Duck,
me.
Donald Duck, definitely his personality comes out in me anytime
Yes.
I'm like fixing my car or anything.
Yeah.
It's like for a few minutes it's fine, and then that one bolt won't come off, and I'm screaming
this!
like Donald,
Forget.
and I'm slamming things.
That's totally me, man. Just out of nowhere. My wife's like, awful. I'm like, leave me alone. Let me be angry.
Kind of like that scene from The Grinch where he goes, I almost lost my cool there.
Yes,
Are you looking at it, Red Alpha? Oh, that's right. Yeah, Red Alpha, right. It went from Shelby to Kalispell and Whitefish. Or Whitefish, yeah. Man, I hope I get to go out west again someday. I really want to go out west. Good morning, Chew Express. I just saw that. Sorry it took me so long to get to you. I refuse to buy used cards. I mean, yes, your chances of getting a bad one, I don't know. You probably wouldn't but you never know. You never know, especially nowadays. Now, I will say the miners are changing a bit. And most of them now are purpose built. They don't really have like 50 video cards in them necessarily anymore. Some of them do. There goes Tay on his way.
No, you get an ASIC if you really want to do mining.
Yeah, you get like specifically designed computers for that. Actually, for specific currencies. Different machines mine different currencies.
I haven't seen them get that specific.
Yep. Yep, and once the currency's over with, well, you're selling those machines or dumping them. Yeah, I don't buy used computer equipment in general. Usually if it's used, especially gaming stuff, well, maybe not, because with gaming stuff, people are always upgrading. So I guess there's less of a chance of having something damaged. But the other factor is that most people don't know what they're doing when they come to go to build. So that I always get squirrely and worried that they've, somehow damaged the memory with static, or it's just it's I don't know. I would sell hardware that I've used as long as I know it's working well, but I would never buy used hardware. I've bought 2 used video cards over all these years. One of them lasted. That was the ATI. You guys remember, because the channel was going at that point. I had an ATI. It was back before AMD bought them. And I forget what the model was, but it was like an R380 that was used, and that worked fine. And I gave that to Ryan when I bought an R390. And then I had, what was the other one? It was a Zotac. I can't remember. It was an NVIDIA card of some sort. And that lasted the whole life. I never had that go bad. So neither of those cards went bad, but so they were both good experiences with used stuff. I'm not knocking used stuff. The Zotac 660. Now, before I was doing YouTube, I did have a Zotac card that went bad, and it was used that I had bought. It lasted about 6 months and then exploded.
Like
4 gigs of RAM.
Like the time Mater turned out one of your lithium packs?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. When he plugged the 2 batteries together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was frightening. That was a grenade. I was like, oh, my God. I heard people yelling, and I ran downstairs and chucked that thing out into the lawn. It was sparking everywhere. I'm like, you don't
I was
do
chatting
that.
with you at the time.
You were what?
I was chatting with you on the time.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep. Geez, the newer ones don't have connectors that can do that anymore. They've replaced those banana clips with better connectors that are very, very difficult to cross connect. Well, it's male and female, so you just can't do it. Those were the banana hobby clips. They were poop. Poopsicles.
I love this truck.
Which one are you driving?
The Kenworth 100th anniversary.
Oh, the W900. Yep.
Yeah. The 100-year anniversary version.
Yeah, it's nice.
And I've got everything optioned to chrome that I can option.
I'm running that one on my personal slave.
Yep.
That's what I was running last week. I wanted to run something different this week. Or 2 weeks ago, whenever we ran last.
That's one of these nights I stream, because it seems like every time I stream ATS, I'm doing convoys. Well, one of these nights I want to stream on my modded profile. So I kind of missed having like the real companies and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, I stalled. Sometimes I miss them, but some of them look really cartoony also. Like they're
This
not
is
well
true.
done. It's like half of them look really good, the other half is like, ooh, what is that? That was pretty red.
Ouch.
Hey, you could run a convoy with just that one mod or a couple on it, couldn't you?
I guess you can do mods now, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could just do the real company mod. People just have to get that.
Yeah, and it's free, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, we're near Havre. How do you pronounce that? Havre? I think it's Havre, isn't it?
What?
Havre,
Yeah.
the city.
Oh,
Havre.
Haver?
We've talked about this before. I think it was Havre. The
Might have to
sanitized
remember to
logos.
get gas after we make this delivery.
I got some right before we started. Ooh, that's cool, Gator. He got an anemone,
Haver.
blue
Haver.
blue Akara for the freshwater tank. Added pufferfish and male clownfish to the tank too. The convict tang didn't make it. Ooh, that sucks.
No, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. It is Haver.
It's Havre?
Havre.
Okay.
Trying really hard not to sing right now.
What are you? What song?
I'm
is called
listening
for
to
you?
music on my stream.
Oh, okay.
And I got it's Humble and Kind is on right now. I love this song.
Gonna be looking into a blue hippo, huh? So some fishes are definitely harder than others, huh? I'd like to get a saltwater tank. We're recycling the current tank that we have. The last fish died after years, and I'm like, well, maybe it's time. But it's a small tank. It's only 10 gallons, so you can't really. We do some minnows or something. So when your fish dies, like, and you've done it properly, do they return them? Like, do you get like, can you get another fish, or is that like it? Like, oh, sorry, it died. No, so it's yours. All right, Gator, we'll be here.
We ain't going anywhere anytime soon. Not with all these stoplights.
So, do you have when you work at Disney as a driver, do you have to like sing Disney songs into the microphone all day?
No. They play on the radio. It's fine. Now, me, I'd probably be singing along with them. So,
Right.
But not into a microphone, just to myself in front.
Taylor's be up front like, let it go.
We do
let
have
it
to do
go."
steals and stuff about like where you're dropping people off at and whatnot.
Do you
But for me, that'll be fun. I'll be able to tell people all the things they need to see in the park or whatever.
the guy on your left is the same building I drove by half an hour ago. It's still there. Have a great day, folks. Please get off the bus.
Welcome to Site B, where we have the not so dangerous dinosaurs. Wink, wink.
Site B.
Except for the days where you end up on the employee route, then it'd be kind of boring. But
Wait, so do you when you do the bus, is it all through the park, or is it going from one location to another?
it's from like the resorts
Okay.
to the parks or to Disney Spring. Like there's the Disney Springs area. But yeah, so Disney Springs, the 4 theme parks, 2 water parks. There's a couple of
Well, this is pretty.
mini golf courses you could take people to. There's all the many resorts.
Okay.
I was in Florida for a trade show just before the COVID thing started blowing up, and it was amazing that the hotel we were at having breakfast, that people just come in, here, have some coupons.
Right.
Are you sure you're getting the best value going into the park? I'm like, I'm not here for the park.
Yeah. That's one thing I actually learned, because like every time I used to go to Orlando, it would just be to go to Disney. But living down there for a year, I'm like, there's a lot of things to do. Like I could totally go to Orlando for a week and never go to Disney and have
Right.
tons of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's, and then you can go out to the beaches. So like, that's one thing I never, even in the year I was down there, I never went to Gatorland. I really wanted to. I just didn't get over there. And then I never went to the Springs.
I've been to Orlando a couple times. I've been to Disney World once.
So I was down there for a trade show, and the conference center in, what was it, Orlando? We had one of the buildings there, and we just a minute. They had the whole building, I think. So they had all the dividers open, the whole building.
RC helicopter time.
The one day, like, it was so long. The one day I thought, okay, I gotta make it down to the far end to try and see what was down there. I swear it took me 15 minutes of brisk walking to make it to the other end of the building.
Oh, were you at the main convention center?
It's like Kalahari.
Yeah. Yeah, that thing is massive.
Kalahari's like a 3-week walk.
Like, I used to, while I was down there, I was working for a company where we delivered audio, video, and computer stuff for conventions and whatnot. And we had to deliver a few times there, and it was like, it could take you, like, you'd get to the convention center, and it could take you 30 minutes to drive to your dock, wherever it was, trying to figure out which dock to go to and where to get to. Like, it would take as long to get to the dock once we were on property as it took to get to property.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, look at that. Cameo caught up.
Yep.
When you have the fines turned off, anything is possible.
So going to Cape Canaveral, wait, is now nearly as expensive as going to Disney Universal. Interesting. So going to see the, yeah, because I'd like to go do that sometime. That's too bad.
Oh, to go to the Space Center?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Damn.
Seeing the Saturn V up close and just getting an idea of how massive that thing is unbelievable.
Oh, Lewiston. Wait a minute. Are we lost or something? Or is there's a Lewiston in Idaho too, right?
I think there's a couple Lewistons.
Probably. You've discovered a viewpoint. Okay, that's what that is.
Because I know I've been to Lewiston before somewhere, and it said I just discovered it, so this is a different one.
Probably named after Lewiston and Clark.
Did you say Lewiston and Clark?
Yeah.
I caught that too.
Lewiston and Clarkston. I think we're really speeding.
Clarkston's that guy that owns that farm over
there. Yeah, Clarkston's farm.
Good old Jeremy Clarkston.
Good stuff. I need to see the new season. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, me too.
Taylor, my foot's too tired to hold the brake. I'm gonna smack into the back. Just be still. I'll go slow.
Oh man.
See, I play with controller. I don't gotta touch anything when I'm parked.
There we go.
Give me a little bump start.
B. Whitey is reading on the Disney site. They're saying it takes 5 years experience.
For a bus driver?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what they prefer. The one thing I was looking at said they preferred, but they didn't.
They don't force it. Hey, you turned left on and right in front of a cop. Are you crazy?
Better than having the cop plow it to the side of your truck.
Oh, he's going to. The cop is just going. He doesn't even. What the frick? He didn't even have the right. I mean, I don't have the right of way either, but he didn't either.
He's probably coming after me.
Yeah. Well, now he's coming after me. I don't know why I have my headlights on. It's midday. There goes Taylor with a big truckload of explosives,
Is that what we're hauling?
cutting all the red lights. Yeah.
Oh. Oops.
That once again, those videos, the empty house tour videos, like the guy that goes into like the abandoned mansions. It's like this guy was a
Will we
drug
find
dealer,
it
man.
here?
He was like, we heard he had all these cars, like a Camaro. I'm making fun of that guy, honey. And then he just went on to something else. But anyway, the family, I heard they were really nice, you know. He had a Camaro. He had a Mustang. Everybody nowadays has a Mustang Charger or Camaro. They're cool, but they're no longer, something special.
These days, what you
Well.
have to get is a DeLorean.
That's right.
If you want to be really special.
What'd you
But,
say,
I mean,
Jay?
If you want to be really, really special.
Yeah.
Technically, depends on the Charger or Mustang or whatever.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I know
but they're
there's
special.
but even those, like Hellcats, are a dime a dozen. They're everywhere. You go down through the road of my town, like literally if you go
Like-
to the Dairy Queen and sit right in the middle of the main strip, every 2 seconds it's
It's probably just the same Hellcat going up
like
and
it's just like, oh my god. Like everybody in their sports cars.
It's like the Mustang. People are like, oh, the Mustang's not special. It's everywhere. Like my grandma has one.
Right.
It's like, yeah, your grandma has a regular one.
Yeah, well, she's got the
The
4-cylinder.
Mustang is a little more special.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah,
And those
like,
now the Mustangs and the Camaros, when you get the special edition ones, they're a little more rare. But like,
the 4-cylinder EcoBoost Mustang, everybody got one of those.
right. I remember my friend's mom used to have a Mustang convertible back in the 80s, and that was when the 4-cylinder was like just god awful.
Can't believe they put a 4-cylinder.
I know it was so bad. It was so bad. We used to race it. I had a Lumina, and that car was terrible. And I used to race my friend. He had a convertible, and he'd like pull up next to me and rev the motor, and I'm like, dude, like, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want the humiliation? And he'd be like, yeah, man, let's do it. I'm like, all right. And so he'd rev and rev and rev, and I just, I'd beat him every single time. But it's so funny because he'd like neutral drop it and stuff. You could just hear it like, all 12 horsepower engaging.
When I
the
was when I was at Hertz, we had both the GT Mustang and the EcoBoost. Those
Yeah.
EcoBoosts are
pavement. Terrible. The six-cylinder Mustang wasn't a bad car.
no. When they made the 6-cylinder, wasn't bad, but now they got the 4-cylinder EcoBoost. I mean,
It's horrible. Why
I'd
bother?
rather- like I would say, if I
Just
were gonna
get a
buy a
Fusion.
regular non V8 supercar, it would be the Challenger with the V6.
Yeah.
That's still a good car.
Like they're so
Now,
prolific now.
The,
It's just,
the problem with the Challenger is that the 2023 Challenger looks like the 2015 Challenger. It hasn't
Yeah,
changed.
they
It
always-
still looks like the 2010 Challenger. Like they haven't changed.
right.
It's had the same look for 20 years.
Yeah. Yes, they are going to discontinue the Camaro. They're discontinuing all cars, basically.
Yeah.
Arthur,
And then
I
make it
cleared
all
the dining room
electric.
table if you want to go sit with me. Okay. I'll come sit with you. Yeah, I probably should get going just time-wise. I want to continue, but it's late. And I still have some things to do. Hi, Fighting Pie. You pulled an IROC. I told you
you can
guys I
send-
got to stream a little earlier. I'm sorry. I have to. My whole life
Well, if you
has
want, you can
shifted
send your
forward
viewers
3
over to me.
hours. What?
And I said you can send your viewers over to me if you want. I'll keep
Are you
going.
going to stream? Oh, yeah. Taylor is streaming. I'll tell you what. Well, no, I need to get it myself, honey. I just for my own good and health, I need to. So, ladies and gentlemen on YouTube, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I definitely did. And we will see you in a little bit. Have a great night. Be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up, voice help.